Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's good to see you, or I guess to be seen by you. I was looking forward to coming out and enjoying the weekend with you, but unfortunately, circumstances placed me somewhere else, and so I think we're going to answer the age-old question of how can I be in two places at the same time? And we're going to utilize technology, and let's be in two places at the same time. I want to talk a little bit about the dynamic of 2.0 technology. We're all talking about it. We know that Chairman Steele ran on GOP 2.0, the concept of moving forward and getting to the next level, if you will, of technology engagement. So before we go there, we need to understand what it is that 2.0 technology really is. What is a 2.0 website versus 1.0, or I guess the original web technology that we utilized in the 20th century. 1.0 websites were basically you get somebody, created a website about their company, about themselves, some sort of biography, and you went there to learn about that person, that company, that product, and that's what a 1.0 website was all about. 2.0 introduced the new concept of where users interacted with a website, and the content of the site was user-driven. Basically a bottom-up model where you have situations like YouTube, Facebook, Meetup.com, and various other websites where, in the absence of user content, the site really has no value. So we move from a position of it's all about me, which is 1.0, my company, my product, my website, to it's all about you. It's all about you too. It's all about my space. It's all about the users engaging the internet. What is 3.0? What is the next evolution of the internet? I believe the next evolution of internet is moving from 1.0 through 2.0 to a position of where I have a message to deliver to you. You come to my site to receive that message for the purpose of disseminating that message forward. Effectively, 3.0 is the idea of communities coming together online for a common purpose with the specific intent of getting out there to deliver that message. Great example. Ron Paul, Barack Obama. Okay? These are two people who have extremely diverse views on federal government, very diverse views on the role of the American citizen and how we relate to our government. Nevertheless, the two of them enjoyed overwhelming technology support, overwhelming support by the youth, overwhelming support by people who are traditionally never involved in politics before, but decided this was the time that I was going to get involved. I think the mistake that a lot of people make is they think that Barack Obama utilized some brand new wave type technology thing that gave him the edge. But the reality is, if you looked at what they did, they sent 1 billion emails. They sent a countless number of text messages. They effectively used videos. Wherever he went, he had cameras rolling, and to his detriment sometimes, but certainly to his advantage in a variety of situations. He just utilized the technology, that which was available. We weren't seeing things like Star Wars, where Barack Obama was coming in like the Emperor, and a holographic message, and people were listening to that. I'm sure he's got the Army working on that now. But he wasn't using it then. Okay, he was just using simple text messaging. Where he benefited from was the fact that the Democrats, was the fact that people on the ground were engaging him through this media. They were signing up for his My Barack Obama social network. They were receiving his text messages because they did want to find out, what he's doing. He did advertising in the Super Bowl commercial, which was a little controversial, but again, it was effective. It met the people where they were. And in return, they met him where he was. They joined his website. They joined his social network. They received his emails. Technology is not a function of being state-of-the-art in as much as creating a community that utilizes or that wants your message and utilizes your technology, your means of delivering that message. So what do we do? What do we do as a party? What do we do, the RNC, and what do we do in terms of local grassroots organization? So first and foremost, we the youth, this panel here presenting, have a unique advantage in that we're still new dogs, if you will. We're still learning the tools of the trade, and so we're not coming in is with a preset notion of the best way to communicate. We come in with basically thinking, this is how I communicate, this is how I speak with my friends, how can I make this a more global and a more far-reaching environment? So that's one, that's our advantage. But number two is we have the opportunity to connect with those who are in the system, those who understand what effective communication has been historically in direct mail, shaking hands, kissing babies. We all talk about that stuff because, quite frankly, it's effective. So we've got to realize that there are two parts of technology. There is the new media, the new reach that we can utilize through technological advances. But there's also the simple concept of there is nothing more effective than shaking a hand, kissing a baby, and direct mail that comes from a 3-letter mailer that was hand-signed at the bottom. These are effective mediums that we need to figure out how to bring together. So I'd like to make a suggestion. When we look at technology, when we look at Twitter, and we hear, ooh, Twitter, it's great, everybody's using it, I have to get one. I have to get a Facebook. I have to get, we don't say MySpace anymore. People are going to start talking about Ning. People are going to start talking about the next technology, maybe a YR network or whatever it is that we identify as our means of communicating. We cannot forget the human aspect of everything that we do. Technology is a means of engaging more people more frequently, but the end game has to be a personal relationship, an almost one-to-one, to the best of our ability, contact between individuals. For as long as we think email, I can send out 1 million emails for free, and that's the advantage of email, we're missing the point. We're lacking that sense of connection. We're lacking that sense of, well, why do you want to connect with me? Let's draw a contrast between Barack Obama's campaign and John McCain's campaign. John McCain said, find out about campaign updates, learn the latest and greatest about my campaign, join my text messaging database. Join my text messaging database and find out from me about how my campaign is doing. Okay, so people who wanted to be, campaign insiders, if you will, so they joined the McCain's text base. Barack Obama, what was his message for texting? Join my text messaging database, and I will tell you first who my VP pick is. Before the media knows, before the press, and this all gets out, you who join my text messaging database, you'll find out first. People took that like crazy. I know lots of Republicans who joined that because they wanted to find out first who Barack Obama's VP pick is. That's the difference between saying, I can text you my campaign update versus I can communicate with you directly and tell you information that I think you would want to know. That's where we need to get to in technology. It's not magic. It's not a mystery on how to do it. It's a matter of understanding what it is, how it works, what people care about, and how we can deliver a message that effectively reaches our target audience. I hope this is a great convention. You have a great panel here. And I'm going to turn it back over to Ryan to talk a little bit more about what we're doing. Take care.